If you were thinking about suicide or you've had suicidal thoughts for a long time or something like that, this spiritual leader says that maybe it's your body telling you that it wants to die, or maybe it's telling you, that there's something that a part of you that needs to die or whatever. And you guys know I'm not spiritual. And if you do find something spiritual that helps you, then with caution, use that. But the truth is your body is not telling you anything. There's no sort of like inner wisdom that comes along with being suicidal. It's your brain trying to get rid of the pain that you're feeling. And it makes sense. You just want to fall asleep and then never wake up. That's a big one, right? Just want to fall asleep and I never want to wake up. And I don't want to have any dreams either. Just nothing. I would like nothingness, please. You're feeling like that because your pain is unbearable. I mean, a lot of people who have never felt suicidal couldn't even imagine. The human body is meant to survive. So that is a very strange thing, very strange phenomenon, and a lot of people can't even fathom it. It is so painful. It is so hard. So if you have lived through suicidal thoughts already, congratulations, because that is a very difficult thing to do. Now, a spiritual teacher might tell you that your body wants to die. This is all part of your spirit or whatever. Your body's just a bunch of chemicals. Your brain is just a bunch of chemicals, and they're messed up. We really can't think that this is any way like a sign or anything divine. That doesn't make sense, right? And the idea that suicide is a reset button or it will end your pain is just not true. The truth is that suicide is very painful. Like we said, the body wants to survive, so feeling suicidal is pretty crazy, right? Because it's pretty wild because your body wants to survive. And the thing is that if you do take steps towards killing yourself, your adrenaline will kick in and you will try to breathe harder. Whatever is happening, your body is going to kick into this sort of like mode where it wants to survive. It's the reason why you can't just put your head underwater and drown yourself. Your body wants to survive. So if someone's telling you that your body wants to die, that's not true. It's your brain that's telling you that, and your brain is sick. The idea that you have multiple lives and you can just kind of like press a reset button, which is something that this spiritual leader said in her videos, maybe. I can't tell you what happens after you die, but I can tell you that you can also enjoy this life. If you just want peace, I personally don't think that's how you're going to get it, because every time that I've, almost died, my body just kicks in. My body just kicks in and works extra hard to want to live. And there's this like moment where you're like, oh, but what's nice is breathing. Suffocating is a really terrible feeling. A million trigger warnings, by the way. A million trigger warnings. But every time that I was like overdosing and losing the ability to breathe, maybe kind of blacking out, it was so painful. It was so painful. It was completely the opposite of what I wanted. Instead of fading into nothingness, I was becoming extraordinarily aware of everything. Extraordinarily aware. I could feel everything 1,000 times more because my body wanted to live. So adrenaline was kicking in, my body was doing all these different things to make sure that I didn't die. It was really difficult. When you feel suicidal, everything becomes a weapon. I just remember picking up, opening a cabinet and seeing a bunch of glasses and being like, I could just break one of these glasses and cut myself in. Or I could, I'd be driving and I'd be like, okay, I could just drive into a tree and then I could end everything. It was all the time. So that is a very difficult thing. And so you might think, yeah, it's my body telling me I want to die. I know my body best and my body wants to end everything. The thing is that actually you don't know your body best, and that's because your brain is kind of like being held captive by certain chemicals and an illness and a certain way of thinking. And it's when you look back after you've overcome something like this, you just think, oh my God, this, I would never have been able to do this if I had died in that moment.